Good morning, Flosstube. It's Lori of MischievousStitches. I want to welcome all of you to my channel this morning. I'm very glad that you stopped by to visit with me today. I've got several things to share today. I've got some plans, a couple of finishes, an FFO, and some progress. So let's get started. Yesterday morning, Jacob's fiance, Cheyenne, and I took off to meet with some friends up at Stitching Kitten in Irmo, South Carolina. She's a new stitcher, Cheyenne. She's a new stitcher, and we wanted to welcome her to the cross stitch community. And what better way to do that is to meet up at a stitch shop. So this is her first time visiting a stitch shop. She met several of the ladies, 4 of them come up, Natasha, 2 Kims, Kim and Kim, and then Kylie drove down from North Carolina. We had a great day. We had lunch at a restaurant there in town called Hudson's Smokehouse. It's barbecue and all the southern sides. It was wonderful. We were all pushing ourselves away from the table. We eat so much, but just a wonderful, great day. And the girls were so wonderful with Cheyenne. Just see her and welcome her and give her ideas and just kind of question what she likes. One of the ladies went through her stash and pulled out lots of things for Cheyenne. I bought her a couple of things. I was watching her as she shopped and trying to get an idea or a feel for the things that she might stitch. I think she's on her 4th project. She's been doing some Etsy downloads and that kind of thing. But I picked up a small, tiny modernist, and then I could see she kept looking at the I think it's called Pretty Little Hawaii, which again is another Satsuma Street. It's a Satsuma, and those colors are just so bright and happy. So I kitted up the tiny modernist for her, bought a pattern and a few other things like needles and things you might need. And she has a little Frenchie that's here with us. Her name is Lucy, and I found a needle minder that was a little Frenchie face, so I got that. And I think that was her most favorite thing out of the whole bag. But I had a great time, drove up, had lunch with the girls, and then we took off to Trader Joe's because I don't have a Trader Joe's near me, and it's a great place to shop. So I had brought a cooler along with me to make sure everything stayed cool until we got home, because I'm like an hour and 15 minutes away from there. So anyway, just a wonderful, heartfelt day. I'm glad that I have such great stitch friends that are willing to meet up with me and to welcome Cheyenne to the stitching community as part of my family. So thank you, girls. I love y'all and I appreciate it so much. So let's get to the stitching. So when I left you last weekend, I was close to a finish on Hands-On Designs Flamingo Jingle. I had all the best plans of coming home yesterday and fully finishing this to share with you today. Didn't work out like that, but I do have the finish. So here it is. So when I left last week, all the little fiddly bits, the little ornaments on the edges, all the bows that are tied around their neck. You've got a little bit of color in the garland down here now. None of that was there. It is now there, and it's beautiful. I love it. So I'm already sitting down. Actually this week I'm excited. I picked this up because Barefoot Needle Arts is offering a chance to take a hands-on design class in June. It's June 11th. It's actually on a Tuesday during the week, and getting off from work is not always easy for me right now because we always seem to be short-staffed. But I went ahead and put in for it, and I went ahead and signed up. Because I'm doing that, I've been going back all week and primarily watching Hands-On Designs, Kathy's videos. So I've been watching her most recent, her market releases. I've been watching so many, I even seen her market releases again from 2 years ago. I've always watched her. I love her sense of humor. I love how happy and positive she is. And I hadn't stitched a piece of hers. I do own a few, but I haven't stitched a piece of hers in a while. So I was happy to pull this one out. And so I went back and I looked at some of her videos to see if she had finishing on this specific piece. And I watched that. So I'm hoping to put everything I learned from her tutorial to work this week. And when you come back next week, have a full finish on this piece. Maybe even this afternoon. We'll see. But such a fun piece. There are a couple of others. A friend of mine has it, so she's going to pass her pattern on to me, and then I will purchase the third one. So that is, again, Flamingo Jingle by Hands On Designs. And then I don't remember if I had started this or was going to start this last weekend. We had a federal holiday last Monday, which was Columbus Day. That's October. President's Day. So it was President's Day, and I pulled this out. I'm not sure if I shared it with you, but I will say I purchased this piece. I'm doing it on a larger count of fabric, but I was stitching it. I changed the color to Burgundy Bark by Cottage Garden threads. This will be my second time using those threads. I was introduced to those threads last year when I purchased the kit for the Collector's Heart series from Heart and Hand last year. Love the threads, love how saturated the color was within the thread. Last year it was a dark red that they had chosen. I loved it. This time the color that I chose was more, it reminds me of cherry cordials because it was both the dark burgundy as well as brown like chocolate. So let me show you that one. I did start it and I finished it up Friday night. I was so excited about leaving to go with the girls and meeting up with them Friday morning that I just could not sleep. So here it is. Oh, is it upside down? Nope, I'm holding it right. So I'm gonna get a little closer and hopefully you can see the color of the threads. And it's looking more dark in the video than it actually is. I wish I could get the colors correct, but like I said, it reminds me of cherry cordial, so it was perfect for Valentine's. While at the shop yesterday, I did see that they had 3 of this same series finished up. It was stitched on a higher count fabric and finished into pin pillows that was stuffed with the lizard litter, and I really like them. I'm not going to be able to finish this. You can see this thing is almost as big as the size of my face. So I'm not going to finish this into a pin pillow. I'm not sure how I'm going to go about finishing up, but I'm excited to have this finished. So I'm going to ponder on that for a while, but I'm sure that I'll pop back in as soon as I finish it and share it with you. Valentine is one of my favorite holidays. I love the colors that we use to celebrate both Valentine's Day and Halloween, but Thanksgiving is my all-time favorite holiday, and Valentine is close behind it. So I shared with you last weekend I'm stitching a big sampler. It is the Squirrel Sampler, Bristol Squirrel Sampler, with my friend Christine, who made a page finish. I'm so excited about that. I'm happy for her. We're both using different fabrics, different threads. Hold that thought. Let me go back to this other piece. I meant to share with you. I told you the thread that I used, but the fabric, I've gotten questions about the fabric on my Instagram. This is Esmeralda by Under the Sea Fabrics. Now I did look on her website and it shows it's out of stock. I did purchase my piece from Barefoot Needle Arts. I'll link them down below. I don't know if they have more of it. The piece that I got was a 28 count. And I think that the dyers must use that to, it's more like 32, and I think it must be 28 prior to the dyeing process, but it's more like 32. So just know that. It's Esmeralda by Under the Sea Fabrics. Okay, let's go back to the sampler. So I'm doing my piece with DMC threads. I don't remember the color. Let me pull one out. DMC threads, and I'm doing 2/2 with its number 817 DMC. And the fabric is Dune by Atomic Ranch Fabrics. So my goal now is to, anytime I have a finish on a piece, I want to stitch a letter. And once a week, so a weekly letter, and then if I finish anything. So when I sit down this evening, I need to do 3 letters because I do have another finish to share with you. So that's the 2 finishes that I made this week plus my weekly letter. So I have gotten a little bit of progress. Excuse me just a second. I have gotten a little bit of progress from last week because I had to do 3. So I think I finished up the X. I did part of the Y. I think this is Q and R. So again, finished up finished up X, started Y, finished up Q, and did a good bit of R. So I'll probably finish up this Y, finish up this R, do an S and a T tonight. So even though I'm not making a lot of progress, I'm making progress. So this one stays and I don't necessarily have a rotation, but I'm rotating this particular piece. It gives me a little bit of progress so it's not staying stagnant in a bag. Just that little bit of progress makes me happy. So there's that. And then last night, I got in my stitch room, I'm looking for things, and it led to me cleaning again. So I got rid of a few things. I put some things that I did purchase yesterday away, which was mainly threads for patterns I already had. I put those things away, put some bobbins away, and just was tidying, which led to even more tidying. One thing leads to another, right? When I finally sat down, it was almost too late to even stitch. But I did make a quick little start. Not a quick start, but I made a start. I've been wanting to stitch this piece, and when I went to the Barefoot Needle Arts retreat, this piece was on the brag table. So when I finished it up, they did it over one, looked like maybe a 28 or 25 count fabric. It was gorgeous. And I had this waiting in the wings, and so I went ahead and pulled it out. After seeing it, I knew it was going to be an upcoming piece, an upcoming start. So this is Tellin Emblem, and the name of the pattern is, excuse me, let me put these glasses back on. This is called a Tellin Emblem Tangle, and it's Tangled Tidings Merry Christmas. That's the name of it, Tangled Tidings Merry Christmas. I love the colors in this. So it primarily calls for DMC threads. There's like 4 or 5 wheat style works. I have those. I didn't bring the threads down, but they're just a jumbled mess. I have the weeks, I have a few bobbins, and I have some floss drops. So it's not a pretty thing to show. But there's this, and I'll show you my quick little finish. I wish it was finished. It's not. It's start. So I just started in the corner. My goal last night was to do 3 threads, 3 lengths of thread before I went to bed, and I ended up doing 5. The fabric is called Sterling. It's a Picture This Plus, and it's called Sterling. The fabric itself that was called for, the pattern itself was called for, it just says Picture This Plus Ada and Fog. And I bought Sterling. So it's less gray, more blue-gray, but I think it was gonna work well. So I'll have more progress on this for you next weekend. And then in all that digging, I pulled up a few kits. As I shared in my last video, I want this kind of be a Christmas year. I want to do a good bit of ornaments and get them finished. And since I have finished the Flamingo Jingle, I picked up this piece that I kitted up last year, and this is Wee Santa 2023. I can't wait for the 24 to be released. I have that kitted up with fabric and thread. It was just a remnant I had picked up last year from Stitch and Kitten, and this is 28 count Jobelin Bone. And there are all the threads. So there's that. And then I found another one I forgot about, and I love him. And after I finish up Wee Santa, this will probably be my next start. And when I say my next start, I mean for a small. This is Not Forgotten Farms Blue Bell Sniffle. I just love his name. He is so cute. His little pipe, the deer embroidered on his cloak there. I love it. He is so whimsical and cute. And then I have one more finish to share with you. I don't remember if I showed this in my last video. These I try to take something small to work, like the ornament will go with me to work. If I'm close to a finish on the weekend, by the time the weekend comes, I go ahead and actually finish it. But I only get so many hours in a work day, and I doubt very seriously I'll have that ornament finished next weekend. But I only have an hour for lunch break, which is a good bit, and it really depends on whether I have other things I need to do within that lunch break, an errand to run, or that I need to run home real quick, as of whether or not I get the opportunity to stitch. But this is the piece I took to work this week, and there wasn't a whole lot of stitching on it, but I did make a finish, and I'm so happy with him. This again is Cattle Lantern by Satsuma Street. I'm getting some kind of shadow right there. He's just so cute. Now, if you've watched me for some time, back in October, I had picked up a Halloween tree from the Dollar Tree, and it's covered with like a orange and black tinsel, and I'm gonna hang all of my Halloween ornaments on it. So I went ahead and brought those down just to refresh your memory, because had been so long since I'd stitched. This is Nevermore by Satsuma Street, and I don't remember his name, but I think it was Spell something, and that is another. And I love frogs and turtles, so he just makes me happy. So I do have one more of these I'm going to work up sometime in the future, and it's a vampire cat. He was cute. She has a pirate cat as well, but the pirate cat is orange like this one, and I didn't want two orange cats, so I chose the one that I liked the most, and it was this one. So the next one will be black and white, so a tuxedo cat, and he's a vampire. And that will be the next one of that series that I stitch. And it'll be a work piece too. So that's all I've got to share with you today. I hope everyone has a wonderful, wonderful weekend. And just to mention, in case I get any questions about the hands-on design class, just check Barefoot Needle Art's Facebook page, their web page. They have it linked in there. I'm not sure if it's full yet or not, but I'm sure that they will let you know. And guess what? Next weekend is market weekend. I'm so excited. I have ordered a few pieces, or pre-ordered a few pieces from market, but I get online this morning and I see that Lottie Da has released her pieces, and I forgot that she had not, and I've, like I said, made my pre-orders for purchases, and my favorite designer, I haven't even seen all her pieces yet. So as soon as this is off, I'm done with this video, I'm going to leave that phone on, hold it back, still hold it in my hand, and I am going to check out Lottie Da's new pieces. So have fun shopping this week. Hugs and stitches, everyone. Bye-bye.